because we're in it. But it wasn't more important than what they went through and what the people 245 years ago struggled with to make this country what it is. So I want to start with this. No man thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism as well as the abilities of the very worthy gentleman who just addressed this house. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to those gentlemen if, entertaining as I do, opinions of a character very opposite to theirs. I shall speak forth my sentiments, and freely, without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. The question before the House is one of awful moment to this country. For my own part, I consider it as nothing less than a question of freedom or slavery, and in proportion to the magnitude of the subject ought to be the freedom of this debate. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at the truth and fulfill that great responsibility which we hold to God and our country. Should I keep my opinions at such a time through fear of giving offense to someone else? I should consider myself as guilty of treason towards my country and of an act of disloyalty toward the majesty of heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings. Mr. President, it is natural to man to indulge in the illusion of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against the painful truth and listen to the song of the siren till she transforms us into beasts. If this is part of wise men engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty, are we disposed to be in the number of those who having eyes see not and having ears who hear not, the things which so nearly concern their temporal salvation? For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cause, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, to provide for it. I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know of no way of judging the future, but by the past, and judging by the past, I wish to know what there has been in the conduct of the British ministry for the last 10 years to justify those hopes with which these gentlemen have been pleased to solace themselves and this House. Is it that insidious smile with which the petition has been lately received? Trust it not, sir. It will prove to be a snare to you. Suffer not yourselves to be betrayed by a kiss. Ask yourselves how this gracious reception of our petition comports with those warlike preparations which cover our waters and darken our land. Are fleets and armies necessary to the work of love and reconciliation? Have we shown ourselves so unwilling to be reconciled that force must be called in to win back our love? Let us not deceive ourselves, sir. These are the implements of war and subjugation, the last arguments to which kings resort. I ask, gentlemen, sir, what means this martial array? If its purpose be not to force us into submission, can gentlemen assign any other possible motive for it? Has Great Britain any enemy in this quarter of the world to call for us this accumulation of navies and armies? No, sir, she hasn't. They are meant for us. They can be meant for no other. They are sent over to bind and rivet upon us those chains which the British ministry have been for so long forging. And what have we to oppose them? Shall we try argument? Sir, we've been trying that for the last 10 years. Have we anything new to offer upon the subject? Nothing. We have held the subject up to every light in which it is capable. But it has been all in vain. Shall we resort to entreaty and humble supplication? What terms shall we find which have not been already exhausted? Let us not, I beseech you, sir, deceive ourselves. Sir, we have done everything that could be done to avert the storm which is now coming on. We have petitioned, we have remonstrated, we have supplicated, and we have prostrated ourselves before the throne, and have implored its imposition to arrest the tyrannical hands of the ministry and parliament. Our petitions have been slighted, our remonstrances have produced additional violence and insult. Our supplications have been disregarded, and we have been spurned with contempt from the foot of the throne. In vain, after these things, may we indulge in the fond hope of peace and reconciliation. is no longer any room for hope if we wish to be free, if we mean to preserve and violate those inestimable privileges for which we have been so long contending, if we mean not basely to abandon the noble struggle in which we have been so long engaged, and which we have pledged ourselves never to abandon until the glorious object of our contest will be attained, we must fight. I repeat it, sir, we must fight. An appeal to arms and to the God of hosts is all that is left to us. They tell us, sir, that we are weak and unable to cope with so formidable an adversary. But when shall we be stronger? Will it be next week? Or will it be next year? Will it be when we are totally disarmed and when a British guard shall stand stationed in every house? Shall we gather the strength by irresolution and inaction? Shall we acquire the means of effectual resistance by lying supinely on our backs and hugging the delusive phantom of hope, until our enemies shall have bound us hand and foot? Sir, we are not weak if we make a proper use of the means which the God of nature hath placed in our power. The millions of people armed in the holy cause of liberty, and in such a country as this, that which we possess, are invincible by any force with our enemy, which our enemy can send against us. Besides, sir, we shall not fight our battles alone. There is the just God who presides over the destinies of nations, and who will raise up friends to fight our battles for us. The battle, sir, is not to the strong alone. It is to the vigilant, to the active, to the brave. Besides, sir, we have no election. If we were base enough to desire it, it is now too late to retire from the contest. There is no retreat but in submission and slavery. Our chains are forged. Their clanking may be heard on the plains of Boston. The war is inevitable, and let it come. I repeat, let it come. It is vain, sir. It is in vain, sir, to extenuate the matter. Gentlemen may cry, peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war has actually begun. The next gale that sweeps from the north will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Our brethren, our brothers, are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What is it that gentlemen wish? What would they have? Is life so dear, or peace so sweet, as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry spoke those words 245 years ago, but when you think about where we are today, those words ring true. I can hear a voice speaking to me. I can hear a message that we all need to know, that we need to think about as we fight the battle for our culture, for our people, for the people we love, for the country we love, the country that has made plenty of mistakes. But because the country has the freedom to appeal to each other in the ways that Patrick Henry did, we fix the problems in this country. We move past them. So as I read that and heard that on the radio this week, it spoke to me, and I just decided I really wanted to read it to you guys this morning. Afterwards, I heard somebody make a comparison about Washington, D.C. and what Washington, D.C. is like today. He said Washington, all the politicians in Washington are like a bunch of ants riding on a log, going down the river, and each ant thinks that he's guiding the log. But the truth is, he's really just riding the log as following the flow. And the flow comes from us as people. We help set the tone of where we want our country to go and where we want it to be. And as Christians, we have a huge responsibility in that. So, happy Independence Day. But think about the responsibility that you have as a Christian, as an American, as a person who can affect your society, your government, your culture in the way we can. We are fortunate people to be able to do that. And I just felt compelled to do that this morning. So now I'd like to pray.